Mr. Speaker, in the throne speech, the Premier shared the NDP's priorities for this year. But there was no mention of retrofitting over 1,000 Northern First Nations homes that have no running water. There was no mention of standardizing the price of milk across Manitoba, as the NDP does for liquor. A year ago, after I questioned the Premier about NDP inaction on running water, the Winnipeg Free Press quoted the Premier as saying, "The province is prepared to do more than its fair share to ensure that it gets done." I asked the Premier, how many homes has he made sure are retrofitted this year for running water since he talked about this to the Free Press last year?
Mr. Speaker, the member obviously missed the new legislation we brought in called Pay As You Save legislation. This allows Manitobans, no matter where they live in the province of Manitoba, to retrofit their homes with free insulation, with new green technology that reduces carbon emissions and provides more comfort in their homes. It allows them to do that in such a way that on the first month that they install that new technology and that insulation, that the bill they pay is lower than what it was before, including the cost of financing those improvements to the home. That is unique legislation in the country, Mr. Speaker, here in Manitoba. It is available to all Manitobans, no matter where they live, whether in First Nations communities or in other communities. Unique legislation which is fueling new jobs in the province of Manitoba, more comfortable homes, less use of energy, and overall benefits for the province of Manitoba.
How many homes in northern Manitoba, which didn't have running water, are now retrofitted because of this bill? Tell us. That's what I asked. Northern Manitoba, Mr. Speaker, has exorbitant milk prices, but this NDP government has not made it a priority to make milk more affordable or to actually standardize milk prices across Manitoba, as the NDP standardized prices for alcohol. According to reports, the NDP's priority is $12 million a year on communication staff. The NDP's priority is advertising costs for the Manitoba Lotteries Commission, $2 million a year. I asked the Premier, what action has he taken in the past year to make milk more affordable in northern Manitoba?
Mr. Speaker, we have taken a number of actions, including the Nourishing Potential Fund, that's in partnership with the Winnipeg Foundation, which is a permanent fund which will outlast any member of this House or any government in this House, which will provide food security to Manitobans all across this province. That is a unique fund that has been put in place. We were one of the lead contributors to that, Mr. Speaker. We have raised the Northern Food Allowance on over 7 occasions in the province of Manitoba, Mr. Speaker. And in our Pay As You Save energy program that members keep asking about, not only is there incentives to reduce energy consumption, but also incentives to reduce water consumption, Mr. Speaker. 100 homes in the Island Lake area have been renovated, and now all Manitobans can enjoy the benefits of the new Pay As You Save legislation, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I table the NDP's priority, $2 million spending on advertising for Lotteries Commission.
Oh, no.
Mr. Speaker, child poverty in our province has been spiraling out of control under the policies of the NDP government. Their NDP throne speech was shocking, investing in express liquor marts but not in affordable milk for impoverished northern children with malnutrition and painful tooth decay. According to the throne speech, an NDP priority is providing nicer showers for campers in provincial parks, yet no mention of providing running water for children in northern Manitoba who really badly need it. I ask the Premier, when will the NDP make it a priority to bring affordable milk and clean running water to Manitoba children in northern Manitoba?
Mr. Speaker, I actually do appreciate the question, because with our northern food strategy, we have in northern Manitoba something that we never saw before. We have over 900 community gardens, Mr. Speaker, 900 community gardens in northern Manitoba. We have renovated over 100 homes in the Island Lake area alone. We have provided energy efficiency incentives throughout the entire province of Manitoba, including northern Manitoba, Mr. Speaker. We have invested in an East Side Road, Mr. Speaker, which allows goods and services, including food, during the winter months to get to those communities. That has never been done before. With climate change, Mr. Speaker, the winter road system was operating on a shorter and shorter basis every year. We're the only government in the history of this province which is building a permanent all-weather road on the east side of Manitoba so that those citizens can have access to affordable goods and services, including food and milk, unlike any other time in the history of this province, Mr. Speaker.